Hello, it's Patrick from XPression, and I want to go over setting up the XPression Clips option in the Clip Store functionality. I'm going to go to my Start menu, choose All Programs, and I'm going to go to XPression Clip Store, and I'm going to launch XPression Clip Store Manager. By default, this comes up quickly with the Connect to Clip Store server, and that's what I'm working on right here. This happens to be on my local XPression system. It's going to look at the server, and the server name that I'm working with is it's internal to my system as localhost. The login, the username is admin, the password is admin, and this goes back to when we did all the installation of letting it use the default system passwords. I'm going to click OK, and that brings me to the XPression Clip Store Manager user interface. I have two columns here. On the left I have my object browser, and on the right I have the panel that has all the pertinent menu information. I'm using Clip Store, and what I'll see here is the software install, which tells me the versions and the unique ID and the protocol and software versions that I'm working with. Below that is the window for general server information, and the default name that it comes up with is XPression Clip Store. And again, what is Clip Store? It's the database of all the different clips and assets and all the settings that are being used for the XPression Clip Store. The location, I can say this is going into control room 1. The description is clip database. Down below that is my server settings. And again, by default, it comes up putting it into the directory where all my programs are stored. I'm going to change that to be in my D drive. I'm going to make that D:\/ Store. The port that I'm using for TCP ports should be 9595, and there's no reason to change it. And then below that is incoming file handling. And what that's asking me about is if I get something that has a recall ID in it and it's a duplicate, what do I do with the original asset that's in the database that I have with the same recall ID? So do I remove the recall from the existing clip? Do I delete the existing clip if it has no subclips? Or do I delete the existing clip and its subclips? We're going to leave it alone for now and leave it at the default of remove recall ID from the existing clip. And we'll leave that part alone. Now, next thing I'm going to do, first off I'm going to click OK, and that saves all that. And again, since I changed my server storage folder, it's telling me that I have to move anything manually that I already have there. And since I have nothing, it's not a big deal. I'm going to click OK. And it's telling me to restart my Clip Store service to apply the new location, and we'll take care of that in a minute, because we're going to make a couple more settings. Going back to my object browser, I'm going to choose Clips, and I've got nothing in my database yet. If I did, I would see all that information here, and down below I have a search field where I can actually do filtered searches of all the assets that are in my Clips database. Below that on the object browser I have user roles, and user roles is the way to group all your individual users so that you can put them together and have a group of people with the same account settings. I'm going to go and make one quick user role here. I'm going to right click and choose new. I'm going to call this one operator. These are Clips operators, and they have the rights to trim assets, to delete assets, and to sync assets, and we'll talk about that later. I'm not going to make them administrators. I'm going to click OK. So now I've got a new group or user role here. I'm going to add a user, which is the next item in the object browser. And again, users are logins that you can use to get to Clip Store or have functionality with it. I'm going to right click and choose new, and I'm going to add a new user, which is myself. I'm going to put my information in there. Email in there. I'll leave the rest of it for now. We don't need that. And I'm going to go to the second tab, which is roles, and I'm going to make myself an operator. And click OK. There we go. That's successful. Then the last thing I'm going to do is where it says sync servers. If I have two XPression Clip Store servers and I want the database to be the same on both devices, I would add another device. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click new, and I have number 2, and I'm going to say that that address is 192.168.1.219, for example, and that login is also admin, and I'm going to click OK, and now you see I have another sync server, and that allows me to use two XPression Clip systems and share one common database. So that's setting up the XPression Clip Store Manager. Now the last thing I need to do is start the services. So I'm going to go back to my menu, for Start menu. I'm going to click All Programs under Clip Store, Start Clip Server. And you'll see that once I do that, I get the XPression Clip Store successfully started. And that's basically running as a Windows service on the machine. So now I've got one set and started and ready to go. So that's how we set up the Clip Store Manager.